This is the Maryland Board of Elections, and that's my whistleblower's application. That's September. Alright? Westmore's on it. That's the Maryland State Board of Elections. Talking about Brown Omen 2014. Alright? Brown Omen 2014. It's October. Almost, yeah. History repeating itself. This is Dutch Rupersberger on Padonia Road. That's the Cannon Building, Washington, D.C. Says, and this is my lawyer, all right, Mr. Saunders, because like I said, I was kidnapped. I just received your letter. I wrote some already. I didn't do anything detrimental. I only requested that all the material sent to these be returned here. I also asked WJZ to make it available for the entire interview to you upon request. I'm going to work with you. Enclose our addresses of people, organizations, and legal material full of knowledge of my intentions and situations. That's Carl Snowden, 200 St. Paul, civil rights complaint. Detective Collins, Internal Affairs, Kirk Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. That's Rob Fix Film, Bowling Parkway. All right? Bethesda, Maryland. Public Defender, Paul DeWolf, Virginia Avenue. Department of Corrections, Mr. McGee. Senator Cardens, Charles Street. Commissioner Belfield, Police Headquarters, Fayette Street. Attorney Bernstein, Calvert Street, Courthouse. Calvert Street Courthouse. You feel me? States Attorney Bernstein, Judge Pearson, City Hall, Bill Henry Jr., Justin Burt, Postal Inspector, FBI Agent, Mr. McFeely, all right? Fox 45, Karen Parks and Jennifer Gilbert, Comptroller of the State of Maryland, James Hammond, Jake Davis, Officer Littleton, Baltimore County Police Department, all right? Baltimore City Police Department. Complaint number. See that? Barry Sims, WBAL. Bank of America, Patricia Cook. Department of License and Food Permits. Congressman Cummings. Alright? Like I said, I'm a whistleblower, and that's the Department of Justice, Scott Shellenberger. That was sent in July. You feel me? July of 2022. And we talking about whistleblowing in 2009. 1402 Lochner. Release all material to the voters. Governor O'Malley. Mr. McGee, parole and probation. You've been denying blacks, Hispanics, and poor whites the right to vote. Out for justice. Ex-felons got a right to vote in Maryland. Governor Hogan and Governor O'Malley. It's the Waukegan Police Department. I never got a trial. That's ABC, NBC, 92Q, 98 Rock. That's parole. That's Department of Corrections, April of 2011. James P. O'Neill, complaint. All right? Very direct. That's Compliance Department on West Preston Street. All right? West Preston Street. That's Linda Dodge, parole and probation, Mr. McGee. That's Jeremy Stimmick. He paid $40,000 to make his case go away. Jeremy Stimmick. Judge Phillip and his lawyer was Mr. Allen. That's Stephen Moore, Peter Raskin, Valerie Fox, Mira Goldman, Legal Officer Department, Insurance Incorporated, because we talking about insurance fraud. You feel me? Shorty Documentary. Shorty Documentary. See who signed it? Shorty Documentary. See who signed it? Shorty Documentary. That's Judge Foreman, Lake County, Illinois. He got that. Shorty Documentary. That's Audrey Nixon, Baltimore, Lake County Board. Shorty Documentary. That's James Hammond, my landlord. Shorty Documentary. That's Hazel Norman. She died this year. Shorty documentary. And that's Jake Davis. That's Jake Davis. All right. And that's Shorty's Underground Ribs on Falls Road. That's my store. That's 2006, 2007, 2008. And no taxes was paid. And these are the supporters of Shorty's. Like I said, that's Jake Davis. That's Alderman 2014. That's the Maryland Board of Elections. That's a Shorty documentary. Alright? Shorty documentary. Supreme Court. Governor Quinn. Shorty's voice. Shorty documentary. That's Henry Gates, President Obama, and Crowley. Controlling the narrative. Negative situation positive. Shorty documentary. So making America black? No. We're talking about the Maryland Black Caucus. See who that is? That's Mayor Pugh, Senator Pugh. You see who that is? Brave Boy. You see who that is? Tarrant. You see these names? Dolores Kelly. You see these names? I don't want nobody to say I left you out the loop, because all of y'all had this. I was kidnapped by the state and y'all permitted this. Everybody's right here. Everybody's name. Frank Conway. Jolene Ivy. Thelma Branch. Kurt Anderson. Nathaniel Oakes. You see GOP Carter? You see GOP Carter, delegate from the 21st? That's 1402 Lochner. I was kidnapped by the state. That's 2009. That's Elijah Cummings. Prison industry whistleblower. All right? Let us not forget the 13th Amendment, the U.S. Constitution. All right? December 1865. You see who got that? That's Congressman Cummings' office. Jean Wiskowski. She signed for this. I had a meeting August the 13th at 11 a.m. Consent to be videotaped. It's making a movie about Baltimore. That's Linda Dodge, parole and probation. That's WJZ, Kai Jackson, Mary Buvala, Vic Carter. Yeah, now you with Fox 45. Permission to be videotaped. Consent to be videotaped. Good to see you, Adam, man. Like I said, everything's right here. Rob Fix. 419 Bolingbrook Parkway. Attention. Spring Grove Medical Facility. You feel me? Spring Grove Medical Facility. Governors, speeches rise as a challenge. Freedom of speech. Y'all locked me up for my freedom of speech. That's my Jailhouse Diary. Square off. Richard Scher sent him the information. Teresa Chambers, whistleblower's application. Washington Post. All right. 118's internal affair classification. Property missing from the side. Property missing. New Simons Baptist Church. Like I said, I was making a movie. Ain't no law against making a movie. And the state stole the property. That's Chief Johnson. All property taken 2/7/2011. That's stamped at the States Attorney's Office. Criminal investigation. Internal Affairs. Internal Revenue Service. All right. Mike Shue, Gigi Barnett, Stein Saunders, Adam May, George Nilsson, City Solicitor, Greg Bernstein. You feel me? State's Attorney's Office, December 2014. 2014. 2014. October 16, 2014. Justin Burke, Christian Schaefer, Roosevelt Lefkowitz, Mike Marion, Richard Scher, ABC 2, 2014. October 2014. Baltimore Sun, 2014. October 2014. Paul Ballard, Attorney General's Office, 2014. Commissioner Batts, Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake, Councilman Brandon Scott, Branch and Karan, 2014. 2014. Internal Affairs case number, October 2010. All right? 1402 Lochner. All calls and 911 calls. You feel me? About your prison industry and your courts. That's James Calabrese, 2015, State Prosecutor. 2014. 2014. All evidence and material used in case number. All right? Law of crimes of misconduct. All witnesses interviewed and testimony given to Mr. Calabrese to file charges against Scott Shellenberger. That's Kai Jackson, Fox 45, Karen Parks, and Stephen Janis. 2014. 2014. David Giles. All interviews given to Barry Sims, David Collins, and your I-Team. That's WBAL 2014. That's Scott Shellenberger. 2014. Voter suppression. $250 million intellectual property theft. Whistleblower. Do not destroy this evidence or alter it. I'm coming to Annapolis to pick it up. You feel me? That's the Maryland State Board of Elections. And those are the criminal charges against Scott Shellenberger. Shorty, pull your mask up? No. We getting ready to unmask Baltimore. Everything Brandon Scott since he was Councilman Scott. You a witness or you going to be a defendant? Take your mask off.